Tuesday, September 11th, 2001, was a day where America and the world woke up to tragedy. At 7:59 a.m., American Airlines Flight 11 takes off from Boston.
15 minutes later, United Airlines Flight 175 with 65 people airborne takes off from Boston. At 8:19 a.m., flight attendant airborne Flight 11 took ground patrol that their plane had been hijacked. At 8:20 a.m., American Airlines Flight 77 takes off. At 8:41, Flight 93 took off, heading to San Francisco. At 8:46, Flight 11 crashed into the World Trade Center North Tower, floors 93 and 99.
At 8:50 a.m., the Chief of Staff notified President Bush that a plane had hit the World Trade Center. At 9:02 a.m., the Port authorities told people to start evacuating the towers. At 9:03 a.m., hijackers on flights 175 crashed into the 75th and 85th floors of the South Tower of the World Trade Center, killing and trapping hundreds of people. At 9:08 a.m., the FAA bans all flights around the city of New York. At 9:21 a.m., the Port authorities closed all bridges and tunnels into the New York area.
At 9:24 a.m., the FAA notified NEADS of the suspected hijackers of Flight 77. At 9:31 a.m., President Bush calls the event and apparent terrorist attacks in New York City. At 9:37 a.m., Flight 77 crashed into the western face of the Pentagon. At 9:42 a.m., the FAA grounds all flights over the United States. At 9:45 a.m., the White House and United States Capitol building are evacuated.
At 9:59 a.m., the South Tower of the World Trade Center collapses. At 10:07 a.m., passengers on Flight 93 tried to tape back after learning about the attacks. The plane later crashes in a field in Pennsylvania. At 10:28 a.m., the North Tower of the World Trade Center collapsed, 102 minutes after being struck by Flight 11.
At 11 a.m., Mayor Giuliani evacuated Lower Manhattan and searched for survivors at the World Trade Center site. At 1 p.m., President Bush puts United States military forces on high alert. At 2:51 p.m., the U.S. Navy sent destroyers to New York and Washington, D.C.
At 5:20 p.m., after hours of burning, the 7th World Trade Center collapses. At 6:58 p.m., President Bush returns to the White House. At 8:30 p.m., President Bush addresses the nation, saying these acts were evil, and calls the Allies for help against terrorism.